Good morning and welcome back. Another lovely morning in the parking lot of the fucking gym where we always are. I gotta fix this. That's better. Ah, so here we are. What is this? Tuesday? Fuck. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday. Wednesday morning. We are back. We had a good day yesterday, guys. We played in lots of colors, which, is always enjoyable for me. People are always saying, Kenny, what do what's your style? I fucking tattoo. So when it's a day of color, it's a fun day. When it's a day of black and gray, it's enjoyable. All types of stuff. But now, guys, I wanted to touch today on some things and just share my thoughts are really on what I'm seeing a lot of and everything, and that's coming with the jobs, and the staying with jobs and seeing people leave jobs and this, that, and the third. And, it's I'm seeing a lot of posts, Facebook. This one's leaving this place, that one's leaving this place. We're looking to hire this, that, and the third. All types of shit like that, and like. I guess I see this stuff because now I'm a business owner, right? And now I view things as I'm going, what the fuck is going on? You look at a business and you say, okay, you've had 47 people rotate through your doors. Well, that's a problem. That means you're fucking up. And I see this, and I see these shops and in shops and jobs and whatever the case may be, not even just tattoo shops, but you see it from other places too. It's like these places just don't treat people right, and it's so fucked. It's so fucked. Like, if people are willing to sacrifice parts of their lives for your business, you need to treat those people right. You need to take care of those people. And when I was opening the shop, and I started to get employees, and the girls working with me and all that, like, I really had to sit back for a minute and think of, like, what do I want to do? What do I want? How do I want to approach this? Like, I told the girls, I said, from day one, you will never feel like you're the one keeping this shit going. Like, this you will never feel like that. And I've been in shops and I've seen the industry, and I've even talked to some of the homies in the industry, and they're like, dude, I'm giving thousands of dollars a month into this. And it's just like, what the fuck, man? So like when I sat down and I talked with the girls, and I even talked with a bunch of different shop owners and a bunch of people that I know, and just in the business, and picked their brains about everything, and just kind of got their opinions and whatnot. And you realize that, yes, in this industry, people are going to come and go, and that's part of it. That's a part of life. People are going to come into your life, people are going to leave your life. So but looking at this industry, I said, you know what, I want to give my employees something that they're not going to beat anywhere else. This I want to give them something that they're going to look at it and say, okay, I feel like I'm being treated right. I feel like this is fair. And I've laid it out to them. I've put it on the table. You're getting a fucking steal of a price, sort of, so to speak, for, what they're doing. And, I've been in this industry now going on 10 years professionally. I've worked in multiple shops, and nothing against the shops that I worked at, but I've done the percentage thing. I've seen the booth rental thing. So for me, when I was opening up the shop, it was, what do I think would be right? And what do I think a shop should offer somebody? So I put that together, and I sat with the girls and we talked about it. But the thing is, people aren't going to leave, places that they're treated right. People aren't going to leave, or they're not going to want to leave a situation that's good, so if you can treat your employees right, if you can, accommodate people, make things happen, and such like that, like that's how you're going to have longevity. That's how you're going to keep these people and keep them happy. And people don't leave something they love for unless it's for something better. Unless it's for something better, a better opportunity or whatever it may be. Like if you're treating it right, like you're going to have them. Those people are going to stay. And you can't look at somebody and promise them the world and then it's gone, because that's what's going to rub people wrong. That's what's going to make people leave. I've seen it where you have an employee who's busting their ass and doing everything, and management comes to them and say, hey, listen, we got a promotion coming for you, keep it up, this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, promotion time comes around and they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing it. We're not giving you that promotion. Like, yo, I just busted my ass and worked as hard as I fucking could, for you to just say, nah, fuck it, we changed our minds, and that's how you lose people. That's how you lose people, doing people dirty, doing shicey shit. You gotta treat employees right and realize that you're gonna build relationships in this lifetime, and you gotta take care of the ones that take care of you. So when you see people that are, oh, I'm moving on, it's, look at what you did. Look at what was the cause of this. Did you really give them something, or are they truly moving on to a better opportunity? You can never be mad at somebody for leaving something and going on to a better opportunity, and that's kind of, I feel like as we all grow, we all start to understand that a little bit more. We all start to see the whole don't leave something for nothing type of vibe, and that's what I've always kind of stood by. I'm not going to leave something for nothing, because something's better than nothing, as far as work goes and employment. And, at the end of the day, guys, it's life. You got to work, you got to make money, you got to pay the bills, you got to do that stuff. So you can't sit there and fucking, oh, I'm leaving this for nothing. No, that's not what we do. But leaving something for something better, as an employer, like that's almost what I'd be happy to see that. If for me, like knowing what I'm putting together for the girls, like if they do leave for something better, like it's probably going to be opening their own shop. And I'm gonna love that for them. I'm gonna love that for them, because I look at them and I go, you're a representation of me. You're a part of what I'm doing. When you're out there in the world, like people are still gonna know where you came from. For what I'm doing and for this industry, like these girls could fucking walk off, go, blah blah blah, but they're starting to leave that imprint, and people are gonna start to remember that. Oh, they were with Kenny at his shop, and so I'll stand on it that I know that they won't get something crazier offered to them, for a better setup at another shop. I know that. I've done the industry. I've talked to the people. I've done the research. So realistically, I want to see them reach that level. Hang out for some years and let's build the clientele and let's fucking do what we got to do. But I didn't put a setup together to where I'm the only one that's gonna fucking be successful. No. And as an employer, like that's how I think employees should be treated. Like if your boss or whatever doesn't want to see you fucking winning, like that's not where you want to be. It's not at all. But I want that. I want to see these girls successful. I want to see the shop fucking killing it. I want to see them living the life that I'm living, essentially. So I think bosses that want that for employees make successful businesses. You make a successful business owner. I don't want to be the only one winning. And then at the end of the day, like, oh, well, what if they get so good and they leave you? And again, granted, I love that. I love that for them. You know, and bosses or employers that don't want to see better for their employees, that's just fucking, that's fucked. Nobody should be a part of that. Nobody should be a part of that. If your employer doesn't want you pulling up in the same type of fucking car that they're in or living in their neighborhood, like, there's your red flag. There is your red flag 100%. You know, so that's what I see it. I see it as that. Like, I want the girls to fucking be as successful as I am. I want them to make the money that I'm making, and I want them to hit that fucking level. It's just gonna fucking crush it even more at the shop. But again, you get employees that or employers that don't want to see that. They don't want that for their employees. They want to keep you where you're at, and that's fucking shit. It's shit, and I feel that their success also is a reflection of my success. Well, why wouldn't you want your employees to be fucking boku successful? It doesn't matter what job you're in. If I'm in any other industry, why wouldn't I want fucking the people under me to be advancing and growing in the industry? We're all gonna do it. We're all gonna get better. It helps everybody in the long run. Don't again, hating on somebody for bettering themselves is it's an ugly character trait. It's an ugly character trait. But it should raise your red flags. It should go, why did this person leave that job? What is it? And I don't think fucking some of these employers like pay attention. It's like, why do you have such a turnover rate? Why do you have tons of people leaving? Like, what are you doing? How are you treating your employees? How are you viewing them? Do they fucking matter to you? How successful do you want them? And granted, I don't know, I just invest. I feel like what I did with my shop was the best thing I could do. I didn't go out and search for people to come work with me and this, that, and the third. I kind of just knew that I can do it. I knew I could do it, and I was like, Kenny, just let it happen and let it come to you. Let it happen, let it come to you. Yeah, I'm hitting the ground running because I'm trying to push the business. I'm trying to push the brand. That's what I want. But what is that for? That's just more attention to what I'm, for me, for the shop, for the girls. Like, that's going to help build the shop and the Tilted Halo into a fucking household name. And that's what I want. I want that. I want that, that you're going to come to the shop. It's going to be a fucking comfortable, awesome place. We're going to hang out. We're going to do some dope tattoos. And that's that. But, I wanted to be very selective too with whatever came around. Like, I wasn't trying to just open a shop and say, I need to hire another tattoo artist. Like, no, I don't need to do that because I'd rather fucking build it. I feel like that's a little bit better, and then as an employer, like, I hate to say it, but that's a little red flaggy to me when tattooers are just every other shop. These tattooers keep popping up. It's like, oh, he's at a different shop, and a couple more months he's at a new one, and a year later he's at a new one. Like, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I don't want to have a fucking shit show. I mean, I want longevity in what I'm doing and my employees and everything like that, and really just putting everything into it and making sure that I know I'm doing it right, because I talked to one of my buddies and he's like, motherfucker, if you had the space, I'd quit and come work for you. Um, But, just, I wanted to build it. I wanted to build it. I didn't want anybody to say that they did it for me. So that's why we let it come to us. I had no intentions of hiring anybody, bringing it. That was just, I guess, God's way of saying good job. Here's some fucking dope artists. Now make them dope tattoo artists. Okay. Oh, I don't know, guys. Really, just, I guess at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. Make sure you're being treated right. Make sure the ones around you want to see you win. Because if they don't want that for you, then what are you really going to be around? But I am going to get into the gym, go hit this lift, and then go do some. Well, I got a meeting with the lady at the fucking bank today because apparently she wants me to open a business account, but that ain't gonna fucking happen. I don't know. Well, I know I ain't got the credit for much of shit else. I don't even know I got the credit for a fucking bank account, but we'll still make shit happen. So, y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you later.